Dave Chappelle had the long ride with the LGBTQ community. Tonight I'm taking you on a different ride. Same car, different passengers. And we've been driving for 60 years. It's my dad's 82 Cutlass Supreme. It was white, had a crack in the manifold. It was loud as hell. It would have set off car alarms, but we didn't have car alarms in the 80s. And this, to me, symbolizes the Democratic Party, their vehicle that's taken us nowhere. And it's been riding for 60 years. And black people still haven't gotten where we're trying to go. They told us we're going to the road to paradise. Driving the cars Al Sharpton. He's been driving since 1988, ever since he scammed us with Tawana Brawley. He's driving not for himself, but he's driving for the Democratic Party. That's what he's doing. He's a hired driver. The Democratic Party bosses give him, they're the ones that pay him. This time it was Kamala. Before it was Obama. They always make sure they put money in Al's pocket. And Al, he keeps telling you, we almost there, we almost there, we almost there. If you ask Al too many times where we going or why we ain't there yet, he call you an agent. He calls you an agent, tells you you're stupid or an agent or both. But he ain't gonna let you out. He locks the door, keeps you in the car. He has to keep you in the car because he gotta take you nowhere. That's right, you are getting it, fam. Every election cycle, Al revs up the engine and drives black America nowhere. When someone asks the hard questions, he calls him an agent and locks the doors. Gotta love him. Riding shotgun is D.L. Hughley. Yeah, D.L. Hughley's riding shotgun, and his job is to do nothing else except control the radio. He plays whatever the Democratic Party wants him to play. He's there to keep Al and the Democratic Party happy. That's his role. That's his focus. He just focuses on that. You want to hear this? Is this what we want to hear, boss? You okay, right? Want me to light your cigarette? Need me to shoot you with the Ozempic? All right, I got you. And he just keeps on. He's got that down, boy. Making sure the sounds of the Democratic Party are pumping through the speakers. Now, he might occasionally complain about, how long the ride's taking, because he's short. He got to get out and stretch his short legs. He gets mad. Sometimes he gets pissed off at that, you know what I'm saying? But he gets his mind right quickly because the money's right. Yeah, the money's right, so DL always falls right back in line. He always keeps some Democratic tunes playing. And he never, ever questions the driver because he knows the driver is getting his directions from the big brass. He ain't gonna go questioning the Democratic Party. Hell nah. He wants you to be asleep, foggy-eyed, goofy, and sitting in a Democratic Party long ride to nowhere vehicle. What I like to call the Shill Express. You wouldn't have a road to nowhere, ride to nowhere, if you didn't have a navigator. The navigator is Roland Martin. Yeah, Roland Martin, he's the navigator. He's the one making sure this ride goes nowhere. He's doing a damn good job, too, since 1995. Oh, man, he's been here to make sure black America stays in one spot. Nowhere. He's the man with the map. And you guess it, he keeps his map on his iPad. That's why he's always yelling, "Get my iPad, get my iPad, get my iPad. Get my iPad, get my iPad. Get my iPad, get my iPad, iPad. Sometime he'll be asleep. It won't even be election time. He'll wake up out of his sleep and just for no reason screams at the top of his lungs, "My iPad, my iPad." He'd be with his lady. He'd be like, my iPad, my iPad. He has to get his iPad. Because on the iPad are not directions to where we're going. It's directions to nowhere. Now you can, boy. That's his job, to get us nowhere. Yeah, whenever Black America gets too close to progress, Al sends us veering off in the wrong direction. Well, Al does a good job, too. He makes sure we get lost. Now, you would think that's all we need for a perfect ride to nowhere. But Black America, the Democratic Party spares no expense. They want to make sure none of y'all get smart. You know, start looking out windows and seeing it. Dang, we ain't going nowhere. I've seen that liquor store 10 times. Why we keep going in circles? So they know eventually some of us gonna get curious, be nosy. So they put in Whoopi Goldberg. Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg is the window defroster. Whenever the windows get clear enough for us to see out the windows, and that's when she goes on The View and makes it unwatchable. Get it? She goes on The View. Yeah, so she's in control to make sure The View is jacked up. Because if you could see, if you had a perfect view, you'd be like, hey, this car ain't going no damn way. Get me out this damn car. It's the road to nowhere. Destination Black Progress. Estimated arrival time, never. Oh, man, these people are perfect at what they do, fam. Al Sharpton.
Then you know that they paid agents. And if you're in the room, if you don't like me saying that, I'll say it again. Because you cannot get reparations without putting people in office that's going to pay them. So talk that ignorance somewhere else. So either you paid or you stupid or both.
Yep, D.L. Hughley, shotgun.
The truth of the matter is both parties have their flaws. There's no debate about that. Mm-hmm. One is literally trying to erase the other part. One don't want any blacks, browns, Asians, nobody. They just want a straight white thing. That ain't got nothing to do with it. And one is threatening to blow up the world. You had the president of the United States of America threatened to kill 92 million people, and we acting like that ain't nothing.
I'm going to call you punk ass some names. And what I'm saying is, all y'all so-called super black people, y'all really anti-black. You sorry assholes. It's amazing how y'all had a whole lot of shit to say. Where Kamala? Where Kamala? We don't see Kamala. Where Kamala? What's she doing? But y'all ain't got shit to say about J.D. Vance. In fact, J.D. Vance is dogging black folks. J.D. Vance still ain't been held accountable for the bullshit he said about Haitians in Springfield, Ohio.
Congressman Eric Swalwell just suspended his run for California governor over allegations of sexual assault. What about president? You start at the head.
Yeah.
And until you clear out the issues, they're going to stay. But I just feel like, you know, as long as the head has all these issues, 55 people can come out and say they should drain this. But if you're not draining from the top, I don't know if people are going to take it seriously.
That's right, y'all. The Shill Express is rolling. It's a road to nowhere, the long ride to nowhere. And these people are operatives of the Democratic Party, and their job is to keep Black America never getting to progress. And it's, you know, it's a funny little tongue-in-cheek thing. You know, but I'm talking about it, you know, it's a way to kind of express it in a funny way, but it's really not funny. It's really not a comedy at all. It's actually a horror film. Yeah. Real talk. This is a horror film, y'all. We got people that are betraying Black America. Have Black America stupefied, under a spell. Not just them. Remember, these people are just, they're cogs in the machine. Roland Martin don't run anything. If he ran something, he'd be working at CNN. And even if he worked at CNN, he wouldn't run anything. Ask Joy Reid. Ask Don Lemonhead. For the last 15, 20 years, ever since he got fired for cheating, or helping Democrats cheat out Democrats, think about how bad you got to be to help a Democrat cheat another Democrat and then lose your coveted slot. Boy, I know he was playing a race card there, boy. He was like, it got me out because I'm black. He put you in because you was black, Roland. That's why you there. Your arrogant attitude, I know, you know they would have hired a white guy over you if they could have. They needed you to whisper to the blacks. But just think about it, man. It's much worse because Roland, he been independently lying. He can't even say he was getting all this money from the Democrats. That's why he did it. He's been doing what he's been doing, misleading Black America for so long on his own dime. He found a way to make money doing this misleadership from his own organization. Yeah, that's even worse than somebody who just, you know, who don't control anything, that just has a job. Now, Joy Reid and Don Lemon, now what they're doing is equatable. But before, they were just people trying to get work. And I'm not saying that these are the only people, man. There's a machine behind it. But if you are enterprising, you can develop your own shingle, and you can shill from your own platform. That's what Roland Martin's been doing. But even before there was a Roland Martin shilling, there was a Reverend Al Sharpton shilling. You know how bad you got to be an agent? A confessed agent. An agent on the books. It's common knowledge. He worked with the feds. And what does he do to a black man, a young black man who had the audacity to question the Democratic Party? And when the party leadership is doing for Black Americans, he called that young man what he know he is, an agent. Think about the scruples of a person that would do that. I'm not convinced that there's one evil side of this. I believe there's two evil sides in this political dichotomy. And anyone trying to convince you that it's just one bad guy, one culprit. I mean, if you ain't figured it out by now, I mean, how many years will you be on one side of the equation, pointing over at the other side, and not realize, hey, in order for things to be this bad, this long, and this strong, it would have to take a concerted effort. I mean, they're playing ball back and forth. They're tossing the game back to each other. So we on a long road to nowhere, and I'm just wondering if we're gonna wake up anytime soon, if we're gonna make them stop the car. We gotta take the car over. We have to at some point, we gotta take over the vehicle. We gotta stop it or jump out. Tuck and roll. Because these people are not paid to take you to our destination called Black Progress. These people are paid to keep us on the road to nowhere. And that's the thing about a road to nowhere. It doesn't lead anywhere, and there's no end date. The estimated time of arrival is never. I think some people don't believe me. They don't believe in the road to nowhere theory because, well, they want to believe that these people are good people. Everyone makes a choice. They made their choices. Their choice is the system. We're all in the car. Some of us are trying to signal to other people that occupy the car, we got to get out of this damn car. This car ain't going nowhere. I jumped out the car, but the problem is me jumping out the car doesn't get all of Black America out of the car. So some of us have formed a mutiny to come back and get the rest of us out of the car. It's good people in that car. In fact, some of the boldest, most courageous, most pissed off people are people still in that car because once they figure it out, you think I'm bad. I ain't been donating to the Democratic Party for the last 30 years. It's going to be some pissed off brothers and sisters when they find out that car is going nowhere on purpose. When they find out really what's on Roland's iPad. When they get a glimpse of that iPad and they realize what's on that iPad, what the destination really is, yeah, they're gonna be really upset. You think I'm a lot to handle. Wait till some sisters and brothers who've been donating and supporting the Road to Nowhere mobile, the Shill Express. Wait till they wake up. I believe some of us have a false sense of security that we're in this vehicle, that we're being led around what we've been driven by Al Sharpton. We got Shotgun, we got D.L. Hughley, we got Roland Martin with his iPad navigating, and we got Whoopi Goldberg making sure the windows stay fogged up, making sure the view ain't clear. And they think we doing well because they know these names. And when they see names like Tim Black, they say, who is that? What have you done? I can tell you what I haven't done. Lie for money. I can tell you what I haven't done. Gone on TV the last 20 years and told you bullshit in order to put more money in my pocket. I mean, you said, what have I done? See, we feel too cozy because we see names we recognize. I remember Sister Act. I remember that time she played the junkie. Yeah, I remember when she was given permission for blackface. I remember other shit. I remember other things that aren't so flattering. Yeah. We call that? No, it was a different time. Yeah, I remember Al, when Al, he held this Miss March. Yeah, a lot of showy shit. I remember when he was an agent. Yeah, I remember the agent shit. I remember that. I remember the case that turned out not being a real case, but propelled him to national stardom. And I guess you thought that was an accident. Like he couldn't smell a rat. You can't tell after 10 minutes of hearing somebody tell you a story. Maybe, okay, let's say emotions are high. Maybe the first week you don't get it, but for a couple of years, you couldn't figure out that a 15-year-old was lying? That's what y'all saying? Oh, okay. For real, dog. I mean, it's okay to lie to yourself. Just don't lie to everybody else when you're doing it. Y'all got kids. Kids, 15-year-olds are not good at lying. I mean, they get turned around. The story don't stay straight. Anyway, look up the Tawana Brawley situation. But I guess since Al is blackity black, blickety black, he told like this, and after and he does a lot of gesturing like he's talking to, because he got the Reverend Al. He got Reverend behind his name, which I don't even get why that's even a thing, because he obviously doesn't care about God. It doesn't appear, I can't say that, I take that back. It doesn't appear for him to be a holy man. But yeah, I'm just saying. Don't make much sense. But I guess if you talk like that, and you do this, you see them on TV, you get a couple black women that sit in front of you and do like this when you talk. Yay, go Al. Because they need to, because their Social Security ain't coming through. Or they got their son in jail. They need help. I don't know why they do it. Your D.L. Hughley, your joke-telling days, maybe you're tired of telling jokes, you're knocking on 60, and we just need some stability. People told you had a learning disability and got in some trouble when you was a kid, and now you get the opportunity to hang out with the president. You can actually be talking on the phone to the president of the United States and the vice president of the United States, and your eyes are big as saucers. You are so excited and proud of yourself. And like I said, how you gonna top it? Being a truth teller. That's a young man's game. So I'm serious, man. I'm looking for suggestions of how we get the rest of Black America out of the car for nowhere. This long drive to nowhere that we're going with, a destination supposed to be Black progress, but the estimated arrival time to Black progress is never. Do we just keep driving nowhere? Do we just allow ourselves to be stuck in this vehicle? Do we take over the vehicle? Or do we dive out of the vehicle? Because we need to get everybody out of that damn vehicle. And if we don't, the vehicle keeps riding and keeps on picking up more people. And there's some good people trapped in that vehicle that don't know better. And I think some of our best soldiers, our best fighters, are in that vehicle right now, on that long ride to nowhere. And the only way to get Black people on the actual road to progress, we gotta get out the damn Democratic Shill Express.
Catch Tim Black live on the most dangerous show in America, Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Times. Don't miss out on the real. Stay dangerous.